No one will really even discuss. We're going to do a whole episode next week on de Blasio, the guy who's running for mayor of New York and probably going to win. This guy was helping to fund the Soviets. Not kidding you.
You would think that'd be a point on which we can all still agree.
Right.
That's a bad
apparently
thing.
We can't.
Apparently not.
Apparently we can't. This guy spent his wedding night going down to Cuba.
No, his honeymoon, Glenn. Not his wedding night. Don't lie. Don't spin this.
His honeymoon. How did you even do this when he got married? How did you even go down to Fidel Castro's Cuba? Answer: if you are helping fund the Soviets, they let you right in. So this guy is so far left that he's not even recognizable to the American system.
And he doesn't deny any of this. He was helping the Sandinistas in Nicaragua. And his response is, well, we didn't have good policy back then, so... Oh, okay, so you fought against the interest of the United States of America. Huh. Seems like we used to have a word for that. I'm not sure what it was.
No, we still do. Now those words are President of the United States. Because that's exactly what's happening. We don't have good policies in the Middle East, and we can all agree on that. We don't have good policies in the Middle East. Mm-hmm. And so what is the president doing? Arming Al-Qaeda.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. De Blasio's did exactly the same thing. They're an enemy of the United States, the Soviet Union. I'm going to go in because I don't agree with the policies, and I'm going to go help them against the interest of the United States.
How are you not considered a traitor? How are you not?
I have to tell you, there's been 7 people at the time of Tokyo Rose. There were 7 people that were convicted of treason. And she was not even given life. She was given 8 years, and she spent, I think, 5 in prison and released on good behavior. So there is some degree of treason because 7 people at her time, her trial was the most expensive trial in American history at the time. Wow. That's phenomenal.
Wow.
And they didn't have a case against her. Here's what's so amazing. The media, Walter Winchell, found out that she was going to be granted her American status again and be brought over, and he could not take it. He said, how can somebody like Tokyo Rose be allowed back into the United States? She was an American citizen. He couldn't do it, so he whips everybody up into a frenzy. Well, the reason why she was allowed is because they did an investigation, and they found out she was a good guy. She was on our side. And so what did they do? Because the president at the time needed to have good poll numbers, and Walter Winchell had whipped everybody up into a frenzy, they went over and they actually got people to perjure themselves. They suppressed and destroyed evidence. There's very few recordings left of what she did. And the eyewitnesses didn't come out until the 1970s. For years, they were told, keep silent. It's amazing to me how we can just erase history, change history. If it's convenient for somebody, if the press wants to gin something up, they will destroy somebody so they can look strong. The truth doesn't seem to matter to people. Truth really matters to me. Really matters to me. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I was doing the things that most people in the media do. And they just do it, and they can make all kinds of excuses for themselves. But the truth is the truth. And they're going to try to tell you that they didn't know. In the end, they'll say, I didn't know. Just like they did in World War II. We didn't know. Yes, we did know. We had photographs of Auschwitz. We knew exactly what it is. Well, we didn't know. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And it doesn't matter. I don't need to prosecute you. I don't need to. But just know that you are living in historic times. And there is no excuse. You know. That's the good thing. You do know. And hopefully, you don't just take it from me. Hopefully, you go to the Huffington Post. Hopefully, you go and you watch the other people and you listen to the other people. And you've opened your mind. Don't listen. Don't take it from me. Don't take it from anybody. Don't take it just from them. Go do your own homework. We had, what was it, the woman that was on with us? She called in. And she was wasn't she like an atheist, progressive liberal, just like 2 years ago, and started listening? Do you remember this? Just happened just 6-8 months ago. And she was, I know, Jeffy, 6-8 months. It's a funny joke. I got it. Jeez. So anyway, she just said that she was listening to us and she changed. Do you remember that call, Pat?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember her exact story. But here's a woman who I so profoundly respect. She changed her opinion. She did her own homework. Mm-hmm. Instead of just going down this road blindly and accepting it, how is it we trust our government so much? Any of us. Why would we trust our government when our founders told us not to trust our government? We trusted. How many of us have the same opinion that we had in 2004? How many of us had the same opinion on our foreign policy? See, that's a great thing. We're closed-minded. We're bigoted. We're old school. No. Most of us within the sound of my voice have changed our opinion. Now, some of us, I guess, were really, really super smart, and they were on it. I mean, I love these guys who I meet, and they were like, Glenn, I've been on this since 1991, and I knew exactly. Well, let me tell you something. Pat told me in 1991, by 2012, Glenn, you will not recognize the country, and we will be on the verge of bankruptcy, and we'll be on the verge of international chaos, and the country will be on the edge, and you will not, possibly not be able to save it. It's what it will look like in 2012. And in 1991, I said, you're out of your mind. Do you know what has to happen? You're crazy. As it turns out, he was exactly right. He was way ahead of anybody else. But Pat, have you changed your opinion on our policies and some of the things that we have done under Republican rule and everything else? Have you changed your opinions? Let's say about foreign wars and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So here's a guy who was way ahead, but still changed his mind in the last few years. And in fact, the last year, he has even greatly changed. Let me ask my friends on the other side, have you changed? Have you reevaluated what you have done? Because the whole world has opened up into all new experiences. And if you really think, if you haven't changed at all, if you're like, nope, I believe exactly what I believed in 2004. I believe that was true then, and I believe it's true now. There's some things, yeah. But I'd say the majority of this audience has been rocked to the foundation. And that's what we're trying to correct. That's why we're not going after the Democrats as hard as we are the Republicans, because we're trying to correct it. We see it. The Democrats just got eaten by this global socialist movement. Just eaten. And the Democrats just went along with it. And most of them didn't know, because when it was happening, I don't think you were having a crisis. There wasn't a country crisis when that thing started to go awry. Now, there's a crisis. And so now we're awake. But where are you? And anybody who is a Republican and voted for Republicans, I mean, I really think, we talked about this yesterday, 34 or 38% Republican support in Congress. That 38% of the American people think that the Republicans are good. I'll bet you 20% of that 35 or whatever that percentage is. I'll bet you 20% of that is from people who are just like, no, I don't like them. It's just better than the other side, but I don't really like them. I'll bet you there is only 10, maybe even less, 10 to 15% of the people who say they're Republican are actually like flag-waving Republicans. Oh, yeah, no. Our side's got it down. What would you say the real number is?
I think 10 to 15 is a pretty good number.
Yeah, think so?
Sounds about right.
10 to 15. Rest of
I don't understand that either, because I don't get the party affiliation thing. I don't get the loyalty to a party. The loyalty, you would think, would be to the principles the party represents. And when the party stops representing those principles, as the Republican Party has done, you would think your loyalty would then shift away from them. So I don't understand just the strict party affiliation.
Well, it's the same thing. Quite honestly, it's the same thing. It's the same thing I feel. I'm not an American because I'm an American. I'm an American because I believe in the principles. In truth, justice, and the American way. Truth means truth, even the hard truth. Truth means you don't put people like Tokyo Rose in prison. This doesn't happen. Truth means you recall all of the Congressional Medals of Honor for how many were there? 20? 30? How many Medals of Honor were there for Wounded Knee?
20,
that was a bloodbath.
20 or 22.
Yeah.
It was in the 20 range. Yeah.
What we did to the Indians in Wounded Knee is obscene. And I've got the documentation to show you. We knew at the time. And we gave those medals to cover it up. Truth. You don't cover it up. If you make a mistake, you learn from it. And you make sure it never happens again. We still, I bet you try to take those medals away now, I'll bet you couldn't do it. Because they'd still be fighting to cover up the truth that was a bloodbath and a massacre, an American massacre. And you'd have good people that would stand up and say, hey, that's not good for the country. What do you mean it's not good for the country? To tell the truth? I'm an American because I believe in the truth. I believe in justice. I don't mean social justice. I mean equal justice. I don't care if you are rich or you are poor. If it is right, then justice will be served at all levels. Against Obamacare? Well, yeah, okay. I'm against it because it violates many principles that I see. But here's one of them. It has to be applied equally. Equal justice. If it's good enough for the giant corporation that can afford to have all these people line up and come to work for them, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. If it's not good for them, it's not good for me. I'm a small business guy. I can't afford to go buy the senators, buy the representation, to hire a bunch of lobbyists. I can't do that. GE can. So GE gets a special exemption. So their business is fine. But they need that special exemption because they know it will hurt their business and probably come close to putting them out of business. Well, what about me? I'm an American. I don't wave the flag because it's the flag and I was born here. I wave it because I believe in the truth. I believe in justice, equal justice applied to every single man. And the American way is not that I get a house, not that I get a car, not that I'm promised anything, that I have an equal opportunity. Don't judge me by the color of my skin. Don't judge me by my religion. Judge me on my actions. Judge me on my merits. And you know what? Let me go a step further. Don't judge me at all. God will be my judge. But as long as I am willing to work, as long as I'm willing to do these things, and I have it within me, I just want a fair shake. That's the American way. Give me a fair shake. Treat the next guy exactly the way you treat me. We all know this to be true because we all work for companies and we all come into work and we're like, why is this person still here? Well, because they have a special deal. Well, because of this. Well, because of that. No. I mean, we've had some problems in our company, and I have to decide who, I'm Caesar, who lives and who dies. I cannot say if you don't treat this person, if you treat this person differently than this person, it's wrong. And that's the American way.
Isn't that the foundation of American exceptionalism, too?
Yes, it is. Yeah.